Hello, 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 and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle live stream, normally happening on Thursdays, but today I had to do it on Tuesday because last week I was having internet connectivity problems, and today ends up being a beautiful day to do it. The reason why I have a special announcement to make that something very special is happening today. So, this is all about the Good Vibes Lifestyle movement, where I want people to be aware of their energy and realize that we create our reality by the vibration that we're vibrating at, the frequency we're vibrating at. If we're vibing in the good vibe zone, love, peace, happiness, joy, abundance, we're going to be attracting those things and creating those things in our life. But if we're in the lower vibrations of fear, negativity, complaining, you know all the bad vibes. Then we're going to attract that to our lives. And this is how the law of attraction works. So, this is what I'm all about. Now, if you are watching live, you can actually comment, and I will see your comments and put them on the screen. I want you to engage with me. And even if you watch this during the replay, you can still comment, and I will see your comments and respond. So, the big news today is da 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 da. Oops, wrong one. Da 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 da. The Art of Connection book launch. So, the book that I'm in, this is actually the fifth book that I've been an author in a small way. I've written either a chapter or a page. In this situation, it's in a page. So, this is The Art of Connection 365 Days of Abundance Quotes. And so, I really loved this book, and I'm so excited. I think it's been about a year in the making. It's hard to get so many people to, so many authors. There's over 300 authors. And actually, when I get done with this broadcast at 2 o'clock, we have our big Zoom launch where all the authors will gather together. So I just wanted to share this with you because I'm proud of it. And this is a great resource to a book that every day there's a quote and a little description and a contact of somebody who, an author, an expert, an entrepreneur, who talks about abundance and what it means to them. So it's a great way to really focus on abundance by getting this book. And this book you can get at this bit.ly website, and do it today, because today is when you can get this book for only $1.99. It'll on the Kindle ebook version. So you want to do this today. It helps us actually in the ranking of this book as well, so that we do become an international best-selling book. The one previous to this, book 4, was about gratitude, and so I did write a page in that book, and I love that book. So this one, you can actually help us out and get 365 days of positive abundance quotes and contact. There's a contact information for all of these 300 different authors and entrepreneurs, experts that you can contact and utilize for whatever it is that you need. So I'm so excited about this, and I wanted to share it with you today. So it ends up being perfect that I ended up doing this event today instead of doing it on Thursday. Now, I will still have a Thursday episode, and the reason that I wanted to make sure I got this episode in from last week is because this is actually, I think, our 96th episode of the Good Vibes Lifestyle podcast. And so on the 100th episode, which will be on March 13th, I'm going to do some special things. I'm going to give away several of the Oracle decks that I've been sharing with you over the last year, over the last 100 episodes. So if you want a chance to win, you want to be there on March 13th when we celebrate our 100th episode. All right. So let's get on with the show. And again, please get this book today, because if you don't get it today, then it goes up to $9.99 for the ebook, and for $1.99, hey, it's easy. It's less than a cup of coffee. So let's get on with the show and start talking about some astrological news. So what's going on? Where are we? Well, we are in the waning phase of the moon, meaning the full moon just happened last week on Wednesday. So it was a very busy week. A lot of stuff happened last week. But February 12th, the moon was in Leo. So Leo was about shining, right? And Leo is ruled by the sun. And it's about being the star that you are. It's a fire sign. It's about getting attention and having vitality and creativity, self expression. Um, it's a generous sign, a generous energy, and also has to do with confidence. So that happened last Wednesday, and you feel the energy 2 to 3 days before and after. So there's like a 5 day window. But what's coming up, going from the full moon to the new moon will be in the sign of Pisces on February 27th. So when the moon expands, we have the abundant moon. This is when the seeds that we planted during the new moon grow, and like a flower, a rose bloom opening up. And then it's the time for harvesting everything that we've grown, and or processing it. So from the waning cycle, from the full moon to the new moon on the 27th of February here, in about a week or so, is the time to process what we've learned, harvest the seeds that we planted, that have grown, that are ready to be harvested, and it's processing and integrating all that information. So that's the energy that we're in right now. Now, in about a month, on March 20th, we have the spring equinox. So this is so important. So we have our moon cycle, right, which is a monthly cycle, but we also have an annual cycle of the sun that also has a beginning point and a fullness point, a waxing point, and then a waning cycle, just like the moon. So this is the bigger picture of the sun. On the winter solstice, usually December 20th or 21st, that's kind of like the beginning of the sun cycle, and then it grows until we get to the summer solstice in June. And in between, right in the middle, is the spring equinox. So spring equinox is when it marks the moment when the sun is actually crossing over the celestial equator from the south to the north, and it signals the beginning of the spring in the northern hemisphere, and of course the beginning of fall in the southern hemisphere. So actually on the equinox on May 20th, in about a month, and I'll talk more as we get to it. So we're spring has kind of begun. We started seeing the signs of spring at Imbolc on February 1st, and now as we're growing and building toward the energy of spring, where everything, we have all this energy to grow things, right? So on the actual equinox, and this happens both in the fall equinox and the spring equinox, this is when the day and night time are about equal length. And also during the equinox, and I didn't know this and I just learned this, that the sun rises due east and sets due west. So that's why, like Stonehenge and several of the maybe medicine wheels and different sacred structures, people they know when it's the spring equinox, because that's exactly when the sun is rising due east and also setting due west. And so this is a way to kind of center ourselves, right? In regards to the earth, right? So I wanted to mention that because I love in this program to share with you different free, especially webinars and learnings and resources that you can have. And what's happening starting today, actually, which is why I had to do this broadcast today so you wouldn't miss it. Starting today, there is a Joyful Gardener 8-day docu-series that is being put on by Grow Your Own Vegetables Network, which I am an affiliate of. And now more than ever, gardening matters. With everything that's happening, the price of everything going up in the store, with rising tariffs and on imported goods, and many people are seeking ways to cut their food costs while staying healthy. So there's a farming expert, John LeBeau. He notes that 60% of fresh fruit and 40% of fresh vegetables are imported, mostly from Mexico. And so, with our wonderful government putting tariffs or threatening to put the tariffs on these things, it's going to be more costly to get, that food. So the way to counter that, the way to adapt, is to grow your own garden. And so that's why I'm so excited about this 8-day docu-series starting today. And I'm going to give you the link in just a minute. During these, so let's see. So as we learn to grow our own food, we reduce grocery expenses and live more sustainably, right? We want to, or at least I want to create my life so that I can sustain myself and not be dependent on the different, you know, the systems that are in place, because sometimes, like we saw during COVID, sometimes these systems break down, and then what? So we need to have that kind of prepper, attitude, if we can. So during this 8-day online event, you're going to receive hundreds of dollars of gardening advice at no charge. Our friends at Grow Your Own Vegetables have worked hard to pack these 8 days full of important information that you will need, whether you're a garden newbie or experienced grower. The information shared during this event will set you up to grow a successful garden with an abundant harvest. I'm going to put the link on here so you can see the tinyurl.com/capital GVTV Joyful Garden. So, you'll learn how to grow a garden successfully, have an abundant harvest, and experience the joy of gardening. I've talked about ways to raise our vibration, being out in nature, getting our hands in the dirt, hugging trees, touching plants. All of these things actually raise our vibration and counteract the negative energy that we get from EMFs and things like that, from our devices, from our computers and things like that. So to keep in balance, having a garden, gives us that reason and excuse to get outside and dig in the dirt and grow things. And there's so much satisfaction when you grow things. And you're kind of in harmony with Mother Nature, and it's just a wonderful thing. It really is a joyful thing, and anything that's another good vibe of joy. When we're joyful, our vibration is rises, and we are thriving. This is part of thriving. So there is the link for that, and the other thing I want to talk about is that our dear friend Becca Williams, who I interviewed on Good Vibes TV, and I'm going to give you the link to that episode in just a minute. She is an emotional liberation facilitator, and she actually uses the herbal plants, plant medicine like cannabis and also psilocybin, which is the mushrooms, to help people liberate their emotional issues. So she actually and let me share on the screen here, her event that's happening, and make this a little bigger so you can see it. She is having an event called, and this is on the Shift Network, called Harnessing the Power of Cannabis for Emotional Freedom, Yogic Wisdom and Plant Medicine to Transform Difficult Emotions into Power and Peace. So I actually want to play a little bit of this. She has a little description here, and I will have the link to this on the YouTube, on the Good Vibes TV YouTube description, so you can get it, because I'm still working on getting that link. But here is Becca.
Imagine this: cannabis as a potent ally in healing your troubling emotions. Yeah, I'm Becca Williams, and I help people break free from chronic stress and emotional struggles so they can move forward, heal past wounds, and build healthy relationships. Join me for a free online event where you will discover how my emotional release method with wisdom tradition teachings, your unruly emotions, powerful practices, and yes, cannabis, can help you move into emotional freedom. Over the course of our hour together, you'll learn that your difficult emotions are not the enemy, but rather potent medicine that leads you to release emotional pain and break free from limiting patterns. And we'll test this out with a powerful experiential practice to increase your self-awareness and engage your difficult emotions to cultivate emotional healing. I hope to see you there.
So this is on the Shift Network, and again, I will put the link in the YouTube description so you can access that. This happens on this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So the other thing I wanted to share with you about Becca, she also does these wonderful retreats, sacred medicine retreats. She's from the United States, but she moved to Portugal and became I think they call it expatriate. So this 3-day transformative sacred medicine retreat she has in Portugal, and it's called From Inner Turmoil to Inner Peace. And it will happen May 11th through 13th, or you can choose May 14th through 16th. And this is specifically more about psilocybin, the mushrooms. This is about microdosing and macro dosing. So I will put the link here to her Portugal retreat, and again, it'll be in the description of the YouTube channel. So again, I want to share with you her the episode that I did with her, which was actually pretty long, maybe about an hour or so, but it was really fascinating. So you can learn all about Becca if you go to tinyurl.com/GVTV and conscious cannabis, small letters. So there you go. So I just wanted to do a shout out to Becca. She's a wonderful lady. I have known her for many years now. I haven't been to her retreats, but I have done some of her things on her website, like meditations and things with Kundalini breath work, and really fantastic stuff. So I just want to share that with you and let you know that this is available to you. Plant medicine is the thing. It's been used, by the shamans, and Becca does a beautiful job with her emotional liberation technique. All right. And finally, I need to talk about longevity with light. This was a webinar that happened last week on Thursday night. I was able, thankfully, to get the internet connection going by that evening. But you can watch the replay. And the replay, you want to do this because we had a wonderful Dr. James Caneller, who is a cardiologist, an actual MD, and he studied the use of the LifeWave patch, specifically this one called carnosine that helps activate carnosine in the body, which is really great for the heart. And worthwhile to, we kept it came out to maybe 40 minutes, I think. We try to keep these at 30 minutes, but sometimes we just can't do it. But I just want to give you that link right here, tinyurl.com/Dr. Caneller, DrKneller, to get that, to watch that replay. It's well worth the information. All right, my friends, now it's time for the Oracle of the Month. And this month it's a little bit different. I'm featuring a card deck by Louise Hay. It's called Affirmations for a Stress-Free Life by Louise Hay. And let's ask Spirit for a message. And I'm going to go ahead and put this card deck up. That's what the box looks like. And as you can see that, I'm going to pull a card for the highest and good of all. What message, Spirit, would you like us to have at this particular point? So what affirmation? And, all right, here it is. I am even-tempered and emotionally well-balanced. I am even-tempered and emotionally well-balanced. So that's a great affirmation, especially during these turbulent times that we're in. Even though there are protests happening and there's kind of uprising, which I think there needs to be, but do what you feel is right for you. it's important to maintain our balance. So I am even tempered and emotionally well balanced. I love that. That's just, wonderful from Louise Hay. So let me take that off the screen. And if you like this deck, you can shop my Amazon store. I will also have the um, book to the Abundance Quote book on there as well. There's the paperback you can get coming up, and there's the ebook. The ebook is what you want to buy today. It's only $1.99. It's going to go up tomorrow to $9.99. So please get it today. And the way you go to my Amazon store is just go to good-vibes.tv. That's the main website where you can get to all of the episodes, including the YouTube episodes as well. So there you have it. Right now, it is time for our tip of the week to raise your vibration. So last week's tip was to practice spiritual activism. And I talked a lot about that, whether you're doing a peace meditation. And last week on February 14th was World Sound Healing Day.com was the website. World Sound Healing Day, where we did an sound with Jonathan Goldman, who's been in the sound therapy business and creating music along those lines for many years. So that was a great way to send love and peace and healing to the planet in a group meditation setting. So this week's tip to raise the vibration is just to send love. We are in the month of love. We're in the month of the heart, with Valentine's this past Friday. Send love. Whenever you have an issue or you see something on TV that upsets you, or a war, or someone suffering or hurting, or even someone you appreciate, send love. Send love from your heart, not from your brain. Kind of like connect your heart and send that love out. So, and this is something that we do when we do our weekly meditation. And let me take this off the screen here. So Pam Gregory recommends that we meditate every day at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time. She's in the UK, so it's like 7 o'clock in the evening there. But wherever you are in the world, figure out what 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time is in your time zone. And for just 15 minutes, take the time to meditate. So again, I need to read this affirmation card again. I am even tempered and emotionally well balanced, regardless of what's happening around me. So I've been talking about the Global Coherence app that you can get on your phone. It's a free app, Global Coherence. And if you want to be part of the group, it's Orange Fire 66. But this is something that I recommend and that I've been doing, and it's really great when you feel you're connected to all the people on the planet and in the globe that are meditating and sending that positive love energy to the planet. So my friends, that's all I've got for you today. I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to encourage you to raise your vibration so you can thrive. It's a beautiful day, and there's more good than bad out in the world. So peace out. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you this Thursday. Take care, everyone.